Can you believe this? This honey badger just wanted to get a bite of honey, but it ended up triggering a three-way battle royale. In the end, even the top predator, the leopard, was left completely confused. The story begins on the arid lands of Africa. The honey badger is digging hard into the dirt. To find a beehive rich in sugar, he's going all in. Facing hundreds of venomous stings from the bee army, he doesn't even blink. After all, his thick hide acts as natural physical armor. But right at that moment, an uninvited guest suddenly charges from behind. With a single kick, he sends the honey badger flying. It turns out to be a sturdy baboon, who also had his eyes on this sweet treat. Do you think the honey badger would back down? The word retreat isn't even in his dictionary. The honey badger immediately gets back up, turns around, and picks a fight with the baboon. However, relying on his larger build and raw strength, the baboon doesn't take the honey badger seriously at all. Meanwhile, the surrounding baboon troop acts completely indifferent, like a bunch of mindless spectators. In no time, the baboon shoves the honey badger aside once again. Then, he snatches the entire honeycomb in one swoop, turns around, and runs off to the side, ready to enjoy his spoils alone. Now, this really pisses the honey badger off, having his meal stolen right out from under him. Who could stand for that? His rage meter instantly maxes out, and his adrenaline surges. He switches straight from simple eater mode to full-on avenger mode. He quietly sneaks into the baboon's blind spot. Spotting an opportunity, he launches a ruthless ambush without a second thought. This is no longer just about food. This is a fight for honor. Even though the honey badger is still a youngster with a frame that isn't fully grown, his bite force is no joke. One bite can crush bone. Caught off guard by this sudden assault, the baboon is thrown into a panic. He has to rely on his long arms to desperately keep this little lunatic at a distance. But as the saying goes, while the mantle and praying mantis fight, the yellow bird lurks behind. As the two duel fiercely, the massive commotion attracts an even more lethal leopard. With all of the baboon's attention locked on the honey badger, he fails to notice that the grim reaper has already arrived. In a flash, the leopard pounces with explosive force, locking onto the baboon's throat with deadly precision. Normally, when an apex predator enters the scene, all the smaller animals scatter. But who is the honey badger? Not only does he not run away, he actually shifts his target from the baboon to the leopard. He goes wild, unleashing a frenzy of attacks on the leopard's flanks and tail. The leopard is utterly bewildered. He just wants to drag his prey away, but this little creature clings to him like a relentless pest, impossible to shake off. Fear does not exist in the honey badger's dictionary. There is only endless harassment and relentless attack. In the end, the powerful leopard makes a tough, survival-driven decision. To protect himself from being injured by this little nuisance, he actually abandons the prey in his jaws and slinks away in defeat. And that unlucky baboon, despite having his throat locked in a death grip, miraculously survives the ordeal. All of this thanks to the honey badger's indiscriminate, fiery rage and sheer stubbornness.